Hi guys and welcome back. So today I will be showing you something pretty special if you ask me, because this is one of my absolute favorite card tricks to perform. It gets great reactions and people just love it. I think you're gonna love it too. It's probably my top 3 card tricks to do to lay people. So I hope you're gonna like it. Let's get right into it. I'm gonna need 20 cards for this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, but don't take my word for it, because I can cheat. So I want you, spectator number 1, to count down 10 cards into my palm. Let's pretend this here is my palm. So they count down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, very clearly. Very nice, you've counted these yourself. I want you to hold these cards just like this, very tightly, so that I can't, get to them. But before that, I want you to give those cards to the spectator over here. Okay, so they hold on to those, and this spectator gets these cards. And they do the same thing. They count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards. And once again, I want you to hold on to these cards very tightly, just like this, so I can't get to them. And now I turn to a third spectator, and I ask him to just, point to a card, any card he wants. So let's say he wants to point to this card. Okay, so take a look at it and remember it. I'm not going to look at it, but I'll place it right here. Okay, so what has happened? Well, I took out 20 cards, then you counted 10 cards yourself. And have I touched your cards since then? No, you've been holding on to them very tightly and haven't touched your cards? No. And then you counted 10 cards and you've been holding on to them as well. And I haven't touched your hands either, have I? No. Very well. And then you got to pick a card completely freely, and for the first time, what was your card? Okay, so it's the 3 of diamonds. Let's forget the diamonds and just focus on the number 3. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to tap your hand over here and just do like this. Now, does your pile feel a little bit thicker and yours a little bit smaller? No, you can't feel it yet? Let's try it again. So we do it 2, 1, 2. Do you feel any difference? Okay, so for the third time, because you picked the 3, 3. Okay, now I'm not going to touch your cards, but I want you to count your cards very openly and clearly to the table like this, so we can all see and count together. And they do that, they count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so 3 cards are missing. I wonder where they are. Can you do the same thing? So they do it as well, very clearly. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, 11, 12, 13. Okay, so that's just mind-blowing. So let's get into the explanation. Okay guys, I hope you liked that little performance, and if you did, remember to leave a like and subscribe. Now, this trick, as I said, is one of my absolute favorite tricks to perform. It blows spectators' mind. It's incredible for lay people. It is one of those tricks that are very hard to do justice when you don't have spectators to perform with, but I still hope you got some kind of an idea of how strong this can be. So I urge you to actually practice this and perform it, and you'll see for yourself just how incredible this trick is, and you get incredible reactions. It's definitely my top 3 favorite tricks, So this is a cards across effect, and this is a version I came up with by watching a lot of other people perform it. I've tried to structure it so that every action is motivated. Hopefully you'll see what I mean. All you need is a 3 on the bottom when you start, And of course you can just go through the pack and then cut a 3 to the bottom before you start. So it's completely impromptu. And now you need to start with 20 cards. So you just count 20 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So you count actually 20 cards very fairly, very openly, so they can see that there's no funny business going on. And now you ask your first spectator, ideally you need 3 spectators, but at least 2, of course. So you ask your first spectator to count 10 cards into your palm. So they count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you just casually, you go like this, okay, so you've counted 10 cards. And as you square up, you get a break under the top 3 cards, just like this. So you have a break there, and you just cover this and say, okay, I want you to hold on to these cards like this, and I want to hold them tightly, very tightly, so I can't, get to them or take any cards or whatever. But first I want you to give the rest of the cards to spectator number 2. And when they do, you have a lot of cover to just palm the top 3 cards. And this is, the Berg palm that I teach here in the video popping up right now. So you give them the rest of the cards and they hold on to them very tightly and they won't feel the difference. And you have 3 cards, which you're going to hold out for some time, which is, I guess, the most nerve-wracking part of this trick. If you're standing up, you can just, casually have your hand by your side. If you're sitting down, you can have it at the edge of the table, or if you're in a bar, I often do this in the bar, then you can, hold on to a drink. Yeah, so there are many ways, but you're gonna hold out 3 cards while the next person, again, so I'm holding these out, you could say, again, counts 10 cards into your palm. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now you have a very, reasonable reason to come over and cover these, because you just say, and now I want you to hold the cards like this and hold them tightly so that I can't get to them. So they do that. So now you're already there, basically. So you have 7 cards over here, and they are holding on to 13 cards. And you have your 3 here, and you're going to force this. And depending on which way you're going to force it, you have it on the bottom or the top. A very good force for this trick is the crisscross force. So you can shuffle that 3 up to the top, and then you can ask a spectator to just cut anywhere. So they cut, and then you take the other half and you place that a little bit misaligned on top, and you say, I'm just gonna mark your cut, because now you're gonna have a lot of time misdirection, which is all you need to get away with this actually very deceptive force, because now you're gonna recap everything. Just milk it here because you're set, So I counted 20 cards, then you counted 10 cards, and you don't need to point out that they counted it into your palm. You just say, you counted 10 cards and then you've been holding on to them for this entire time. And I haven't touched your hands, right? And they go, no, of course. And then you counted the rest of the cards and, 10 cards, and you've been holding on to them as well for this entire time. Did I ever touch your hands? And of course they go, no. And then you got to pick a card completely freely. So let's see where you cut to. And now you just lift up the top portion and you give them this card. So that's the crisscross force. I did another force in the presentation, but that needs another video to explain it fully. So you forced this 3 on them and you say, well, for the first time, what did you pick? And it's a 3, and the only important thing here is that it's a 3, of course. And that means that you will now invisibly transfer 3 cards from your hands to your hands. Let me know if you feel anything. And now you can do whatever you want. You can do some, gesture, or you can riffle the cards. You can do whatever you want, but make it magical, And then you let them just count their cards very openly, very clearly. And here you can engage the entire audience and, let's all count together, and you demonstrate how they're gonna count very openly like this so everyone can see. and they count their 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards, and that's pretty amazing. But the real reaction comes when you've been counting these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And here's a good idea to just, pause it a little bit, and then they count 11, 12, 13. And that's, they will lift the roof. So I hope you like this, because this is one of my absolute favorite tricks. Now we're gonna leave the palm chapter, and the next trick I'm gonna show you is another favorite of mine, so I hope you're gonna like that as well. And yeah, let me know if you have any questions or thoughts on this in the comments, and if nothing else, please leave a like and subscribe if you liked it, and see you next time. Have a wonderful day. Bye bye.